It's almost impossible to sum up just the sheer gloriousness of this place. The diversity and breadth of the collection is astonishing. There is a great love of England and English furniture. There's a great love of China, Chinese export and Chinese works of art. There are jades, there are porcelain figures, there is Impressionist painting, there is American painting. Everything talks to each other. Everything is intellectually stimulating. Everything is worth looking at. When considering the collection, I think one has to consider the curiosity and intelligence of the people who put it together, of both Anne and Gordon Getty, of their fascination with the world, with travel. She loved Venice. So there's several paintings by Canaletto. It's quite extraordinary, a truly Renaissance couple. Mr. Getty is a very cerebral man. He is a musician. He thinks, breathes, speaks music. Mrs. Getty trained as an archaeologist, and that digging, that uncovering, is clearly evident when you start looking at the things, the way she arranged them, the way they all go together. It's not something that's been done by a decorator to look fantastic. Here, the collector is everything. And she loved the intellectual game of putting things next to each other so that they would have a little conversation. The conversations going on in here take us from late 19th century France to 18th century China to the English country house at its apogee. She really not just understood the objects, she understood the importance of provenance. And so this is a conversation not only between the objects, but between the owners. The lamp that belonged to Napoleon's mother, a pair of fish vases that belonged to Nelson Rockefeller, everything is thought through. There is an extraordinary portrait by Jacques-Émile Blanche of the dancer Nijinsky. And Nijinsky is dancing a Siamese dance that he performed in Paris in the 1890s. Behind him in that portrait is a Coromandel screen. The edging of all the corners in this room is Coromandel screen. The green of his costume is reflected in the green of the gauze that's on the wall. The theatrical element of the house is part of what it's all about. This moment where you press a button and a commode goes one way and a wall goes the other way, and suddenly there's a music room with musicians and you're there for the concert after dinner. It's taking us to a world in which art and music and literature and painting are elevated as a way of life, not just something that was ephemeral, but something which you lived. It's an extraordinary sight, an extraordinary house filled with extraordinary things. And when everything is dispersed, everything will go to new homes, to new people, to new collectors, who will add proudly to their provenance that these were in the Getty collection.
The collection of Anne and Gordon Getty is a unique opportunity to explore the textiles of the world. It's really a feast for the eye, and what's fascinating is truly the unique way in which Mrs. Getty used textiles. So what was initially conceived as a dress fabric, what the women of France in the 18th century would wear, has actually now been employed as upholstery for a beautiful chair. Or an early gauze from the Ming Dynasty of China has now been placed on the walls within the drawing room. So it's adapting the old while creating the new. This cacophony of texture and color and fabric, and what she uses to enhance that furniture, that structure, is these very strong motifs that help have that conversation between the textile and the furniture. So there's this interesting conversation that you see in a Western interpretation, but very much of Eastern iconography and influence. It's not just picking and choosing. It truly is getting invested in and understanding the history, understanding where it came from and the importance that it held before. I think one of my favorite moments has to be this beautiful early English table carpet. It's dated to 1661, and it's this fantastic silk and polychrome color tent stitching where it's this central medallion of the figure of justice. And there's this one moment right above a beautiful basket full of fruit where there's this lemon, and it's just mid-peel, and you can see the curvature almost as if you're looking at a still life. And it's that movement that's captured in silk that I think is truly phenomenal. Mrs. Getty was an avid traveler, so you get a sense of that level of knowledge of not only history of our past, but also reinforming the future of those important parts of our collective history.
It's almost impossible to sum up just the sheer gloriousness of this place. The diversity and breadth of the collection is astonishing. There is a great love of England and English furniture. There's a great love of China, Chinese export and Chinese works of art. There are jades, there are porcelain figures, there's Impressionist painting, there is American painting. Everything talks to each other. Everything is intellectually stimulating. Everything is worth looking at. When considering the collection, I think one has to consider the curiosity and intelligence of the people who put it together, of both Anne and Gordon Getty, of their fascination with the world, with travel. She loved Venice. So there's several paintings by Canaletto. It's quite extraordinary, a truly Renaissance couple. Mr. Getty is a very cerebral man. He is a musician. He thinks, breathes, speaks music. Mrs. Getty trained as an archaeologist, and that digging, that uncovering, is clearly evident when you start looking at the things, the way she arranged them, the way they all go together. It's not something that's been done by a decorator to look fantastic. Here, the collector is everything. And she loved the intellectual game of putting things next to each other so that they would have a little conversation. The conversations going on in here take us from late 19th century France to 18th century China to the English country house at its apogee. She really not just understood the objects, she understood the importance of provenance. And so this is a conversation not only between the objects, but between the owners. The lamp that belonged to Napoleon's mother, a pair of fish vases that belonged to Nelson Rockefeller, everything is thought through. There is an extraordinary portrait by Jacques-Émile Blanche of the dancer Nijinsky. And Nijinsky is dancing a Siamese dance that he performed in Paris in the 1890s. Behind him in that portrait is a Coromandel screen. The edging of all the corners in this room is Coromandel screen. The green of his costume is reflected in the green of the gauze that's on the wall. The theatrical element of the house is part of what it's all about. This moment where you press a button and a commode goes one way and a wall goes the other way, and suddenly there's a music room with musicians and you're there for the concert after dinner. It's taking us to a world in which art and music and literature and painting are elevated as a way of life, not just something that was ephemeral, but something which you lived. It's an extraordinary sight, an extraordinary house filled with extraordinary things. And when everything is dispersed, everything will go to new homes, to new people, to new collectors, who will add proudly to their provenance that these were in the Getty collection.
The collection of Anne and Gordon Getty is a unique opportunity to explore the textiles of the world. It's really a feast for the eye, and what's fascinating is truly the unique way in which Mrs. Getty used textiles. So what was initially conceived as a dress fabric, what the women of France in the 18th century would wear, has actually now been employed as upholstery for a beautiful chair. Or an early gauze from the Ming Dynasty of China has now been placed on the walls within the drawing room. So it's adapting the old while creating the new. This cacophony of texture and color and fabric, and what she uses to enhance that furniture, that structure, is these very strong motifs that help have that conversation between the textile and the furniture. So there's this interesting conversation that you see in a Western interpretation, but very much of Eastern iconography and influence. It's not just picking and choosing. It truly is getting invested in and understanding the history, understanding where it came from and the importance that it held before. I think one of my favorite moments has to be this beautiful early English table carpet. It's dated to 1661, and it's this fantastic silk and polychrome color tent stitching where it's this central medallion of the figure of justice. And there's this one moment right above a beautiful basket full of fruit where there's this lemon, and it's just mid-peel, and you can see the curvature almost as if you're looking at a still life. And it's that movement that's captured in silk that I think is truly phenomenal. Mrs. Getty was an avid traveler, so you get a sense of that level of knowledge of not only history of our past, but also reinforming the future of those important parts of our collective history.
Good evening, everyone, and very warm welcome here to Christie's for the first of a series of our 4 landmark live auctions devoted to the Anne and Gordon Getty collection. My name is Tash Perrin, and my colleague Raul Kadakia and I will serve as your auctioneers this evening, which represents 58 cornerstone works from this rich and varied collection. Anne and Gordon Getty collected at the highest level and created one of America's most storied interiors. Over the next few days, nearly 1,500 works of fine and decorative arts will be offered, with proceeds from the sale benefiting the Anne and Gordon Getty Foundation for the Arts, dedicated to the support of arts and science organizations in the Bay Area. Tonight, we will see old master paintings, 19th century and European Impressionist drawings and paintings, masterpieces of European and English furniture, as well as important Chinese works of art, porcelain, and 20th century design. To those of you back in the room, welcome. Happy to have you back. And to those of you joining us on Christie's Live, we hope you enjoy your evening with us. Before we begin, please remember that the purchase price payable is the sum of the final bid plus the buyer's premium and all applicable sales or use taxes. Bidders should note that the auctioneer may open the bidding on any lot below the reserve by placing a bid on behalf of the seller. I, as the auctioneer, may then continue to bid on behalf of the seller up to the amount of the reserve, either by placing consecutive bids or by placing bids in response to other bidders. For information and full details of buyer's premium rates, conditions of sale, and all catalog symbols, please see the sale catalog on Christie's.com. Before we start tonight's sale, Christie's is thrilled to announce that we have facilitated a pre-auction private sale to benefit the Anne and Gordon Getty Foundation through an acquisition by the Fine Arts Museums of San Francisco. As a result, Lot 14, Canaletto's preeminent work, Venice, the Grand Canal looking east, with Santa Maria della Salute, has been withdrawn from the live auction. In addition, Lot 16 has also been withdrawn from sale. With that behind us, I'm very happy to say that we can begin with lot number 1. Lot number 1 is everyone's favorite. This is one of only 8 known dog portraits by the artist. This is the fantastic portrait of Bob the dog by Manet, showing behind my colleagues on the right-hand side. Where should we start? $220,000 to start, at $220,000, at $220,000. At $220,000, $240,000, $260,000 against you, Peter. At $260,000, $280,000, $300,000. Thank you, Eric. At $300,000. Eric's telephone now at $300,000, $320,000. Back with Peter. $350,000. At $350,000. Thank you. $380,000. $400,000. Thank you. Yes. $400,000 is bid. Veronica's bid now at $400,000. Several places I've seen. $420,000 here with Sarah. $450,000 with Bonnie. At $450,000. $480,000. $500,000. At $500,000. At $500,000. $550,000 with Bonnie. At $550,000. $600,000. At $600,000. $650,000. I see you, Eric, trying to come in at $650,000. $700,000. Back with Sarah at $700,000. $750,000. Bonnie's bid at $750,000. $800,000. Eric at $800,000. $850,000. $900,000 is bid. Veronica's bid now at $900,000. $950,000. At $950,000. Bonnie holds the bid at $950,000. $1 million is bid. At $1 million. Any more? $1 million is here. $1,050,000 I will take. At $1,050,000. $1,100,000. At $1,100,000. Thank you, Eric. Sarah, looking to you, Peter. Anyone else here in the room? $1,100,000 is the bid. At $1,100,000, off to a cracking start. $1,100,000 is here. Any more? Last chance and selling for $1,100,000. Sold for $1,100,000. Thank you. Paddle 1927. Lot number 2 is this wonderful Degas, Deux danseurs sur la scène. This little gem of a work was one of the artist's most well-known subjects, the Paris Opera. Let's start this at $950,000, please. At $950,000, $1 million with Connor at $1 million. At $1,100,000, thank you. $1,200,000. At $1,200,000. $1,300,000. Against you, Connor. Your bid, Bonnie. At $1,300,000. At $1,300,000. $1,400,000 in a new place. Imogen's bid at $1,400,000. $1,500,000. At $1,500,000. Connor, Imogen, 1.6. It's $1,500,000 now here. Imogen, $1,600,000. $700,000. $1,800,000. $1,900,000. $2 million is bid. At $2 million. $2,100,000. 2.2. $2,100,000 with Bonnie Brennan at $2,100,000. $2,200,000. $2,300,000 at $2,300,000. Imogen, 2.4 would be next. Is it $2,300,000 here? At $2,300,000. Jesse. $2,350,000. It's all for charity. $2,400,000. At $2,400,000. Against both of you here, $2,400,000. $2,400,000 is the bid. $2,450,000. $2,500,000. Jesse? $2,550,000. $2,550,000. Jesse Fertig holds the bid at $2,550,000. $2,750,000. $2,500,000 back with you, Jesse. Your bid back again with you at $2,550,000. Nodding yes. $2,550,000 is your bid. Any further advance, Bonnie? Thank you very much for trying. $2,550,000 on this side, last chance, and selling for $2,550,000. Sold. Thank you, Jesse. 1990. Well done. Lot number 3 is the wonderful Mary Cassatt, showing on the screen here. Young lady in a lodge gazing to the right. Cassatt was the only American to exhibit in the Impressionist exhibition of 1879 with this particular work. This is one of 9 in the series, and 6 of which are in museum collections. Please note that this work has also been requested for the forthcoming exhibition Impressionists on Paper, Degas to Toulouse-Lautrec at the Royal Academy of Arts in London from November 2023 to March 2024. And with that, where should we start? $2 million? $2,200,000? $2,400,000 against you all at $2,400,000, $2,600,000, thank you. Eric's bid at $2,600,000. At $2,600,000, $2,800,000, $3 million. At $3 million, $3,200,000, $3,500,000. Eric Whiting has the bid at $3,500,000. $3,500,000. Let's try 8. At $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. $3,800,000. 4 would be next. $4 million is bid. At $4 million. At $4 million. 4-2 is next. At $4 million. At $4 million. $4,100,000. Bonnie's bid. At $4,000,001. $4,200,000. Eric? Pardon me? $4,500,000. There we are, Cian. $4,500,000. At $4,500,000. Will you give me $4,800,000, Eric? At $4,500,000. At $4,500,000. $4,500,000. Perhaps they want to bid. At $4,500,000. Eric, do you want to try 4.6? Yes? Pardon me? Eric, I asked you first. $4,600,000. $4,800,000 would be next. At $4,600,000. At $4,600,000. 4.8 from either of you. It's at $4,600,000. Eric Whiting has the bid at $4,600,000. $4,700,000. Girls got to try. At $4,700,000. At $4,700,000. $4,800,000. CN has it now. At $4,800,000. $4,800,000. CN has the bid. Bonnie, you coming back? Maria? $4,800,000 is with CN. $4,900,000. $5 million is bid. Straight away. At $5. $5,100,000. $5,200,000. At $5,200,000. $5,300,000. $5,400,000. At $5,400,000. $5,500,000. $5,600,000. $5,700,000. $5,800,000. $5,900,000. $6 million. At $6 million. $6,100,000. $6,200,000. At $6,200,000. Cian Chutko has the bid. Thank you, Murray, for your bids. Bonnie, Eric, at $6,200,000. Anywhere else here at $6,200,000? The bid is with CN, $6,200,000. $6,200,000. CN, it's looking promising. $6,200,000 is the bid and selling for $6,200,000. Sold. Thank you. CN, could you give your paddle one more time, please? Paddle 1940. Thank you. Lot number 4 is the Monet L'Avencourt l'Hiver, one of 4 in the series on this subject, one of which is in the National Gallery in London, and painted clearly on a very frigid day in 1879. Let's start the bidding on this, shall we please, at $900,000. At $900,000. At $900,000. $950,000. $1 million. At $1 million. At $1 million. $1,100,000. Thank you very much. At $1,100,000. $1,200,000. $1,300,000. At $1,003,000. Vanessa has the bid at $1,003,000. $1,004,000 with Jesse. At $1,400,000. $1,400,000. Jesse Fertig has the bid at $1,004,000. $1,500,000. CN at $1,500,000. 3 of you here. CN has the bid $1,500,000. $1,550,000. $1,750,000. At $1,750,000. This time with Page. At $1,750,000. At $1,750,000. $1,800,000. At $1,800,000. At $1,800,000. Page? $1,850,000. $1,900,000, even better, thank you, at $1,900,000. $2 million. At $2 million. CN has the bid at $2 million. At $2 million. Vanessa, $2 million is here. At $2. $2,100,000 with François de Perter. At $2,100,000. $2,200,000. $2,200,000. I'll take $2,300,000 from either of you. $2,200,000 is the bid with Cian Chutko. At $2,200,000. $2,300,000. Page has the bid at $2,300,000. $2,400,000. At $2,400,000. $2,400,000. The bid is here at $2,400,000. Show me a signal, either of you. $2,400,000 is the bid. With CN at $2,400,000. $2,450,000. $2,500,000. At $2,500,000. $2,600,000 would be great. At $2,500,000. $2,500,000. CN has the bid. Francois, $2,500,000. Paige, would you like $2,600,000? It's here at $2,500,000. At $2,500,000. $2,550,000. $2,600,000. At $2,600,000. $2,650,000 would be next. at $2,600,000. Thank you for your bids, Paige. $2,600,000 is here. Just checking, Vanessa, last time, $2,600,000 on this telephone. Cian Checo has the bid and selling for $2,600,000. Last chance to you in the room at $2,600,000. Sold. Paddle 1981. Thank you. $2,600,000. Lot number 5 is next. This is a large and rare 10th century figure of Guanyin, I should say. $50,000 to start for this, please, at $50,000. At $50,000. $55,000. $60,000. At $60,000. At $60,000. Against you all here in the room at $60,000. $65,000. Thank you, Hua. Your bid at $65,000. At $65,000. $70,000. John Stainton's bid at $70,000. $75,000. At $75,000. $75,000. Would you like $80,000? At $75,000. $80,000. John Stainton has the bid. $85,000 takes it back at $85,000. $85,000 against you. Hua has the bid at $85,000. At $85,000. $90,000. At $85,000. Say yes. At $85,000 on this side with Hua. John? New place. Thank you very much. $90,000. At $90,000. Rufus now has the bid at $90,000. $95,000. $100,000 is next. At $95,000. $100,000. $110,000. At $100,000. $110,000. John Stainton's back. Hua, $120,000 if you wish. At $110,000. At $110,000. Bids now here with John Stainton. Gets either telephone at $110,000. With John and selling for $110,000. $120,000. At $120,000. Rufus or John, $130,000 is next. Hua's telephone has this at $120,000. At $120,000. Hua's telephone then at $120,000. Bids here on my left at $120,000. Fair warning to you both at $120,000. Fair warning. Rufus, show me a signal. $120,000. At $120,000. Hua has the bid at $120,000. Last chance then, and selling with Hua at $120,000. Gavels up at $120,000. Sold. Thank you, Hua. $120,000. Your paddle, 1986. Lot number 6 is the Imperial Famille Rose Stupa, formerly in the esteemed J.M. Hu collection. $85,000 to start for this, please, at $85,000. At $85,000. At $85,000. $90,000. $95,000. At $95,000. Anywhere else? At $95,000. $100,000. Thank you. I saw with Sophia first. At $100,000. Sophia's telephone. $100,000. It is here on my left and selling for $110,000. Thank you. Margie's bid at $110,000. $120,000. It's at $110,000. At $110,000. Margie has the bid at $110,000. $120,000. $120,000. Would you like $130,000? $120,000 is the bid. Sophia has the bid. Show me a signal. 120,000. Sophia's bid at 120. Fair warning then, at 120,000. Gavels up at $120,000. Sold. Sophia, thank you. Paddle 1943 for 120,000. Lot number 7 is the fabulous and majestic pair of Chinese cloisonné crane form censers, symbolizing longevity. They were shown beautifully downstairs and also to all guests entering the dining room at the Getty's residence. Let's start, shall we, at $70,000, please, for this. At $70,000, $75,000, $80,000, at $80,000, at $80,000. Bids here on my book at $80,000, $85,000, $90,000, at $90,000. Against you online as well, at $90,000, $95,000, $100,000. Still with the absentee bidder at $100,000. At $110,000, $120,000 against you in New York online, $130,000. My absentee bidder is out. At $130,000, CN has the bid. At $140,000 new place, $150,000. At $150 now. At $150,000. Come back to us online at $150,000. At $150,000. I'd like $160,000. It's at $150,000 here. At $160,000, $170,000, at $170,000, $180,000, Henry Pettifer, $190,000, at $190,000, $200,000 is bid, $220,000, $240,000, $260,000, $260,000 against both of you. $280,000, Henry Pettifer. Yes, $300,000, CN. At $300,000. Laura coming back in at $300,000 on this side. At $300,000. CN has the bid. Henry and John, either of you coming back in, $300,000 is the bid with CN. At $300,000, $320,000, $350,000. No hesitation from CN. At $350,000. $380,000 is next. At $350,000, $380,000, $400,000. At $400,000. CN has the bid at $400,000. At $400,000. $420,000. $450,000. CN at $450,000. $480,000. Michael Bass's bid at $480,000. CN 5, $500,000. At $500,000. I'll take $550,000 from either of you. At $500,000. At $500,000. Anywhere else here? $520,000. $550,000. $580,000. $600,000 is bid. Michael, $620,000. $620,000. $650,000. Back with CN. John, looking to you as well. $680,000 is here at $680,000. 7 is bid at $700,000. CN Chetco still has the bid at $700,000. Anywhere else here at $700,000. The bid is with CN. $720,000. $750,000. At $750,000. $780,000. $800,000. at 800. 850,000. At 850,000. 9 is next. At 850,000 with Michael Bass. 900,000. At 900,000. 950,000. $1 million is next, Ian. At 950. $1 million. At $1 million. Cien has the bid at $1 million. Michael, at $1 million against you. 1,100,000. At 1,100,000. 1,000,002 is next. At 1,000,001. You've come this far, Cien. $1,100,000 with Michael Bass. In our Chinese Works of Art department, $1,100,000. The bid is with him. John, either of you, 1,200,000. At 1,200,000. Shakes his head, it's looking promising for you, Cien. $1,200,000. Last chance on this side. At 1,200,000. She's got her paddle ready. $1,200,000. Michael? $1,300,000. At $1,300,000. Thank you for your bid, Cien. It's now looking promising for you, Michael. At $1,300,000. Last chance to you all in the room, $1,300,000 and selling for $1,300,000. Sold. Thank you, Michael, for $1,300,000. Paddle 1924. Lot number 8 is next. This is the George III Ormolu enamel and pace set musical and automaton tower clock, probably made for the Chinese market. Let's start the bidding on this, shall we please? At $280,000 to begin. At $280,000. At $280,000. $300,000. $320,000. At $350,000. $380,000 against you all. At $380,000. At $400,000. I saw here first. At $400,000. Laura's bid at $400,000. Laura has the bid at $400,000. $420,000, Amelia. Thank you. At $420,000. $450,000. At $450,000. $480,000. $500,000 is bid. $500,000. Laura has the bid at $500,000. At $500,000. Qua, I'll take $550,000 from either of you. At $500,000. Hua, would you like $550,000? At $500,000. Amelia bid $520,000 ahead of you. At $520,000. $550,000 is next. At $550,000 now. Back with Laura at $550,000. $550,000 already, Tina. Would you like $580,000? Thank you for your bids. At $550,000. Laura has the bid. 4 telephones on this. $550,000 is Laura's bid. Would you like $580,000? It's at $550,000. $550,000 then. Laura has the bid against you both. Hua? $580,000 if you wish. You might need to bid now. at $550,000. The bid is with Laura. Thank you for your bids. Last chance to you at $550,000. Fair warning at $550,000. Give me a signal, yes or no. $550,000 it is. Thank you for your bids. Last chance at $550,000. Laura, thank you. $550,000, paddle 1976. Lot number 9 is the Jacques-Émile Blanche, portrait depicting the principal dancer of the Ballet Russe, Václav Nijinsky. It hung in pride of place in the living room. $600,000 to begin with this, at $600,000. At $600,000. $650,000, $700,000. Still here with me at $700,000. At $700,000. Bids here with me at $700,000. Any more? At $700,000, $750,000 with Deborah. $800,000. At $800,000. Still with the absentee bidder. $850,000 takes it away. At $850,000. Deborah Coy's bid at $850,000. At $850,000. The bid is here on the left, against the telephones on this side, at $850,000. Thank you, Fleur. $900,000. $950,000. $1 million is next from either of you. $950,000 is here. $1 million. Thank you very much. $1 million. $1,100,000. At $1,000,001. $1,200,000. Ahead of you, Deborah. $1,300,000. At $1,300,000. $1,400,000. $1,500,000. At $1,500,000. $1,600,000. $1,700,000. $1,800,000. At $1,700,000. Deborah, now might be your chance. $1,800,000. There's the bid. $1,900,000. 2 is next. $2 million is bid. At $2 million. $2,100,000. 2,200,000. At $2,100,000. $2,200,000. 2,300,000. $2,200,000. You sure? $2,200,000. Thank you, Maria. $2,200,000. Deborah's bid at $2,200,000. Last chance with both telephones. Everyone else in the room, $2,200,000. Last chance at $2,200,000. Sold. Thank you. $2,200,000. Paddle 1905. Law number 10. This is the first of the Crozon Dragon Girondelle. This is one of the dazzling showpieces of the dining room, this pair. Let's begin, shall we please? At $480,000 to begin. At $480,000. $500,000. $550,000. At $550,000. Any more? At $550,000. At $550,000. Is that a bid, madam? $550,000. $600,000 is here at $600,000. $650,000. At $650,000. Against you both at $650,000. Anywhere else at $650,000. Against you here in the room at $650,000. $700,000. Jonathan Rendell's bid at $7,000. At $700,000. The bid is here with Jonathan at $700,000. Abby, you coming in? At $7,000. It's at $700,000. $750,000. $8,000. We try $780,000 at $750,000. It's here at $750,000. Abby's bid, $780,000. Let's try 8. At $750,000. Thank you for your bids. 780 is your bid, Jonathan, at $780,000. Would you like 8? $780,000 is here on my left with Jonathan Rendell at $780. Last chance to you in the room at $780,000 then, selling here for $780. Thank you, Jonathan. $780,000 is your bid. Paddle 1928. Lot number 11 is indeed the second pair of the Crozat Dragon Girandole, also made for the same commission in the 18th century. And let's start, shall we please, with this as well, at $480,000. At $480,000, $500,000, $550,000. At $550,000. At $550,000. At $550,000. $600,000. At $600,000. $650,000. At $650,000. Coming in at $650,000. $700,000 with Amjad. At $700,000. Amjad's bid at $700,000. Pardon me? My gosh, you both said 720. I heard from Jonathan first. 720,000. I'll take 750 from you, Abby. It's at 720 here. 750,000. Amjad? 800,000, thank you. 800 is bid. At 800,000. 3 of you here. 850,000. 9 is next. At $850,000. Thank you, Amjad. Thank you, Abby. $850,000. Your bid at $850,000. Last chance at $850,000. 900. Thank you very much for waving, sir. At $900,000. 920,000. Would you like 950, sir?
Yes.
950,000 I've taken with Amjad first. At 950,000. I'll take 980 from either of you. Would you like 980, sir? Thank you for your bid. 950,000 is here. 980,000. At 980. 980,000. Amjad? 980 against you. Thank you for your bids. Last chance to you, Abby. $1 million. At $1 million. Amjad has the bid at $1 million. 1,050,000. Amjad 1-1. It's at 1,050,000. You've said that already once before, with due respect. At $1,050,000, it's here with Jonathan Rendell. Last chance to you on this side and to you in the room. Would you like 1-1, sir? Yes? 1,100,000. At $1,100,000. Gentlemen in the room at $1,100,000. Thank you for your bids. It is with you, sir, $1,100,000. Anywhere else? $1,001,000. The bid is here and selling for $1,100,000. Last chance at $1,001,000. Thank you, sir. $1,100,000 is your bid. And your paddle number, please. Paddle 903. Thank you very much. Lot number 12 is next. The Castle Hill Elephant Stools, and $60,000 to start for these. At $60,000. At $60,000, $65,000, $70,000. At $70,000. At $70,000. At $70,000. 5. $75,000, thank you, sir, at $75,000. The bid is now here, on my left, at $75,000. Gentlemen seated in the room, against you on the telephones, the bid is here, on my left, at $75,000. Last chance to you on this side, at $75,000. Oh, thank you, $75,000, paddle 900. Lot number 13 is the pair of Spencer House palm room chairs, showing in the gallery downstairs and obviously behind me on the screen. Lot 13, and let's start this, shall we please, at $110,000 for this, at $110,000, $120,000, $130,000, at $130,000. Anywhere here at $130,000, $140,000, James Hasty, thank you, at $140,000, $150,000, at $150,000, $160,000, James Hasty's bid at $160,000. Anywhere else here at $160,000. Bids with James Hasty at $160,000. Here with you, James, $170,000. At $170,000. $180,000. At $170,000. That's what happens. People bid against each other. $170,000. $180,000. Liz Siegel's bid at $180,000. $190,000. At $190,000. Against either of you here. $200,000 is bid at $200,000. $200,000 is bid. $220,000. $220,000. Maria Loss has the bid, $240,000. At $240,000, $260,000. With Maria Loss at $260,000. $280,000 is bid at $280,000. $300,000 is bid. Maria's bid at $300,000. $320,000 is next. $320,000 is bid at $320,000. $350,000. $350,000. $380,000 is bid. $400,000. Back with Maria at $400,000. At $400,000. $20,000 is bid. $420,000. Maria, should we try $450,000? $450,000. $480,000. $5,000 if you wish. $5,000 is bid at $500,000. $600,000. No, $550,000. $550,000 is on this side. $600,000 is bid. Back to you, Liz. Would you like $650,000? $600,000 with Maria Loss ahead of you. At $600,000. $650,000. At $650,000. $7,000 is bid. At $700,000. $750,000. At $750,000. $8,000 if you wish. At $750,000. Maria? $800,000 is bid. Back to you, Liz. At $800,000. Should we try $850,000? $820,000, we've come this far, why not? $820,000. At $820,000. I'll take $850,000 from you, Maria. $820,000 on this side. At $820,000. Thank you very much for your bids. Looks like that's done at $820,000. Last chance to you on this side, $820,000 against anyone else here in the room. $820,000 is the bid, selling here for $820,000. Sold, paddles 1916. Thank you for $820,000. Lot number 14 has been withdrawn as announced, so lot number 15 is next. Lot number 15 is this lovely Bellotto, Venice, the Grand Canal on the Rialto, with the Rialto Bridge seen from the south. Lot 15. And let's start the bidding on this, shall we please? At $950,000 for this. At $950,000. $1 million. $1,100,000. At $1,100,000. $1,150,000. Francois, what did I hear you say? 1,250,000. Thank you very much. At $1,250,000. It is here at $1,250,000. Anywhere else here? At $1,250,000. At $1,250,000. John, at $1,250,000. Yes, $1,300,000. Francois, you're out. Thank you for your bids. At $1,300,000. John Stainton has the bid at $1,300,000. Anywhere else here on this side? $1,300,000 it is, and selling to you for $1,300,000. Thank you, John. $1,300,000, paddle 1993. Lot number 16 has also been withdrawn as announced, so lot number 17 is next. This is the Jean-Étienne Liotard, exquisitely preserved on vellum. This is the lovely portrait of Susanna Lewis. And let's start this, shall we please, at $750,000 for this. At $750,000. At $800,000. $850,000. At $850,000. $900,000. At $950,000. At $950,000. $1 million. At $1 million. Francois has the bid at $1 million. Currently with you, Francois, at $1 million. Anywhere else? Francois has the bid at $1 million. Against you on this side, $1 million is the bid. With Francois at $1 million. Jennifer, show me a signal. $1,050,000 is bid. At $1,050,000, $1,100,000. At $1,100,000. Should we try 50? At $1,001,000. And 50, $1,150,000. I'll take you at 1,200,000, $1,200,000. At $1,200,000. 1,250,000? It's at $1,200,000. At $1,200,000. Francois de Porter has the bid. Jennifer, thank you for your bids. $1,200,000. Last chance on this side and selling for $1,200,000. Sold, Francois. Thank you. 1956 is your paddle. Lot number 18 is next. This is the lovely Watteau, three-headed study of a girl wearing a hat. One of the greatest drawings by Watteau, still in private hands. Lot number 18. Let's start the bidding on this, shall we please? At $750,000 for this. At $750,000. $800,000. $850,000. Still against you here at $850,000. At $850,000. $900,000, just ahead of you. At $1 million is bid. Thank you. At $1 million. Against the online bidder, $1 million is with you. Henry, $1,100,000. At $1,001,000. Thank you, Henry. $1,100,000 is with the online bidder at $1,001,000. Any other dance at $1,100,000. Last chance on this side at $1,001,000. Selling $1,200,000. Thank you, Jennifer. Online, come back to us at 1,300,000 if you wish. At $1,200,000. Here in the room at $1,200,000. $1,300,000. At $1,300,000. Yes? $1,400,000 with Jen. At $1,400,000. Henry, Francois, online bidder, 1,500,000 would be next. $1,500,000. I saw on the telephone just ahead of you on the online bidder at $1,500,000. $1,600,000. At $1,600,000. Try 1.7 to the online bidder. At 1,600,000 is on the telephone this time. At 1,600,000. Click that mouse, 1,600,000, 1,700,000. At 1,700,000, 1.7. At 1,700,000, 1,800,000. At 1,800,000. Right beside you, Francois. 1.9 is next. At 1,800,000, 1,900,000. At 1,900,000. 2 million is bid. At 2 million. Jennifer Wright has the bid at $2 million. Francois? We're waiting. At 2 million. 2 million is the bid. 2,200,000. At 2.2. 2,300,000. We've come this far at 2,300,000. 2.4 if you wish. At 2,300,000. At 2,300,000. 2,300,000. Thank you, Francois. Your bid, Jennifer, against the online bidder. 2.4 if you wish. Henry, checking last time. $2,300,000. 2,400,000. Maria, welcome. At 2,400,000. 2,500,000. At 2.5. 2,600,000. At 2 million. 2,650,000. 2.7 is next. At $2,650,000. 2,700,000. At 2,700,000. 2,750,000. 2.8 is next, and is bid. At 2.8. 2,800,000. Jen? At 2,800,000. Thank you for your bids. You've come this far. $2,800,000. Maria Loss has the bid at 2,800,000. Bids here with Maria and selling. Last chance to you all in the room at $2,800,000. Sold, Maria. Thank you. 2,800,000. 1946 is your paddle. Lot number 19 is the Fragonard, Le Verrou, a study for the famous painting in the Louvre. Let's start this at 380,000, please. At 380,000, 400,000, 420,000. At $420,000. Any more at 420,000. At $420,000. At 450,000. Thank you. At 450,000, 480,000. Do you want 5, Stain? At 480,000, 500,000 is the bid. Stain has the bid at $500,000. It's on this side. Margot, you coming in? At $500,000. Stain has the bid and selling for $500,000. Thank you, Stain. $500,000 is your bid. Paddle 1973. Lot number 20 is this very jolly Antonio Joly. This is a marvelous capriccio of King Louis XIV's ambassador approaching the King of Siam's palace. The Joly, lot 20. Let's start the bidding on this, shall we, please? At $650,000. At $650,000. 700,000. 750,000. At $750,000 with bids on my book. The absentee bidder has us at $750,000. Any advance at $750,000. Here with me at $750,000. 800,000. 850,000. At $850,000. 900,000. 950,000. At $950,000. Still with the absentee bidder. At $950,000. 1 million? It's at $950 here. 1 million is bid. CN has the bid now at $1 million. At 1 million. The absentee bidder's out. The bid is here with CN at $1 million. 1,100,000. At 1,000,001. At 1,000,001. 1,150,000. 1,000,002 is next. 1,200,000. 1,300,000. At 1,400,000. At 1,004,000. 1,500,000. 1,600,000. Maria has the bid at 1,600,000. 1,700,000. 1,800,000. 1,900,000. It's you, it's your bid at 1,000,009. Good news. At 1,000,009. $2 million. It's now against UCN. At $2 million, Maria has the bid. At 2 million. Maria's bid at 2. At $2 million. 2,100,000. At 2,200,000. 2,200,000. 2,300,000. 2,400,000. Maria's bid now at 2.4. 2.5 is next. $2,400,000. 2.4. Here at 2.4, CN. What are we doing? 2,500,000. 2.5. 2,600,000. 2.6. 2.7. 2,650. We've come this far. Absolutely. 2,650,000. Maria, 2.7. At $2,650,000. 2,700,000. At 2,000,007. CN, should we try another 50? Thank you for your bids. That looks definitive. $2,700,000. With you, Maria. Last chance to everyone else here in the room at $2,700,000. For the Yoli at $2,700,000. Sold. Thank you very much. Pedal 1949. 2,000,007. Thank you very much. Lot number 21 is next. This is the pair of chairs from the Chinese bedroom at Badminton. The bed from this room, in fact, is at the Victoria and Albert Museum. And these chairs, in fact, have been sold twice by Christie's in the past, in 1921 and also in 1991, when they were acquired by Anne and Gordon Getty. Lot 21, let's start this, shall we please? At $65,000 for this. At $65,000, $70,000, $75,000. At $75,000. At $75,000. Anywhere else? At $75,000. At $75,000. $80,000 to the online bidder. At $80,000. At $80,000. $85,000. At $85,000. At $85,000. Would you like 90? At 85. Against you here at 85. At 85,000. At 85,000. 90,000, thank you. Margot's bid just ahead of the online bidder at 90,000. With you, Margot, at 90,000. The bid is here at 90. Anywhere else? $90,000, fair warning to the online bidder. 90,000. 95, welcome, sir, thank you. At 95. At 95,000. At 95. In the room at 95,000. 100,000. Thank you for your bids. 100,000 is here. It's on the telephone. Do you want to try 105, sir? 105,000 I've taken in the room at 105,000. Against both telephones at 105. 110,000. 115? 115,000. At 115. 120,000. Should we try 125, sir? And thank you. Yes, 130,000. 140 is next. It's at 130,000. 140,000. At 140. 145,000. 150 would be next. At 145, 150,000. At 150. 155,000. 160,000. At 160. 160. 165,000. 165. 180,000, thank you. At 180,000. At 180. And 180,000 is here. At 180,000. Just checking, sir. 180,000. It is here against you both. Thank you for your bids at $180,000. Sold for $180,000. Margot, can I have your paddle one more time, please? At $180,000, 1906. Lot number 22 is next. This is the magnificent George II green and gilt Japan bureau cabinet by Giles Grendey. $190,000 to start for this at $190,000, at $190,000, at $200,000, $220,000, at $220,000. Against you all here at $220,000, at $220,000, $240,000. Fleur's bid at $240,000. 260, 240 is here. At 240. Anywhere else? At 240,000. The bid is on the telephone with Fleur. 260,000 in the UK. Online bidder has it. At 260. 280,000. Back on the telephone with Fleur at 280. 3 if you wish. At 280,000. 300,000. At 3. 300,000. 310,000. I'll take 320 from the online bidder. At 310. Fleur's bid at 310. It's here at 310. 320,000. Should we try 330? At 320,000. 330,000. 340 if you wish online at 330,000. $330,000. Come back to us online, 340 would be next. It's at 330,000, 340,000. 340. 350? 350,000 is bid. Back to Fleur on the telephone at 350. 360 if you wish online. There it is. 370. Thank you for your bids. $360,000. Christie's live bidder, joining us from the UK at $360,000. Not yours, Fleur. Thank you for your bids. 360 it is. Last chance on this side and selling for 360. Thank you online. $360,000. Paddle 3027. Lot number 23 is next. This is the George II black and green gilt japanned chest of drawers, the companion to the previous lot, sold by Christie's in 1979, and the two were reunited by Anne Getty. Lot 23, let's start this, shall we please, at $95,000 for this, at $95,000, $100,000, $110,000, at $110,000. Here at $110,000. Who's coming in next? At $110,000. At 110. At 110,000. 120,000. Thank you, sir. Your bid at 120,000. 130,000. 140,000. At 140,000. 150,000. 160,000. Thank you. At 160,000. The bid is in the room at $160,000. Bid is here at 160,000, 170,000, 180,000. Against you, John, at 180,000, 190,000, 200,000 is bid at 200,000, 220,000, 240,000 at 240, 260,000, 280,000. Here at 280. Gentleman's bid. Against you, John Hayes, 280,000 it is. 290,000. 300,000 is bid. At 300,000. Gentleman seated. At $300,000. At 300. Your bid, sir, 300,000. John, at 300. 320,000. In a new place. John Stainton has it. 350, sir? 350,000. 350, 380,000. 400,000. At 4. $400,000. Gentlemen seated bidding. 420,000, 450,000. At 450. 480 is next. It's at 450 here. At 450. John, $450,000. In the center of the room. Against both Johns from either side of the Atlantic, $450,000 is here. John Hayes, John Stainton, last chance to you both, $450,000. Thank you for your bids, last chance, and selling for $450,000. For you, sir, for $450,000. Thank you, paddle 810. Lot number 24 is next. Lot number 24, this is the Redon, the rare and brightly colored bouquet of flowers. Let's start this, shall we please, at $480,000 for this, at $480,000, $500,000, $550,000, at $550,000, at $550,000, at $550,000, $600,000, $650,000. Against you, Veronica, at $650,000. Try 7. At $650,000. At $650,000, $700,000, thank you. Eleanor Notide's bid at $700,000. At $700,000, $750,000. At $750,000, $800,000. At 8. $850,000, $900,000. At 900. $950,000. 1 million is bid. Veronica, 1-1 would be next. 1,100,000. 1,200,000. 1,200,000. 1,300,000. At 1-3, 1,400,000. Eleanor's bid, 1,400,000. 1-5 is next. At 1,400,000. 1,500,000. 1,600,000. 1,700,000. 1,800,000. 1,900,000. 2 million is bid at $2 million. At 2 million.
Can we try 2-1, please?
We absolutely can. At 2,000,001. 2-2 would be next and is bid. 2,000,002. Eleanor's bid at 2,000,002. 2,300,000. 2,400,000. 2,004,000. 2,500,000. 2,600,000. 2,006,000 is here. 2,650,000. Thank you. Straight away, 2,007,000. At 2,007,000. Want to try 50, Veronica? Thank you very much. 2,750,000 to 8. 2,009,000, even better. At 2,900,000. 2,900,000. 2,950,000. $3 million. At $3 million. The Redon is here at 3 million. $3,050,000 is bid. Eleanor, 3,001,000. At 3,050,000. 3,100,000. Eleanor No Tides has the bid. Veronica, what are we doing? That's it. Okay. Multilingual here, $3,100,000 is here on my left. On my right, I should say, at 3,100,000. The busta threw me. 3,100,000 is here and selling for $3,100,000. Eleanor, well done. 1964. Law number 25 is the lovely Matisse bouquet, this time painted in 1901. Let's start this, shall we please, at $1,500,000 for this, at $1,500,000, $1,600,000, $1,700,000, at $1,700,000, at $1,700,000, at $1,700,000, at $1,700,000, at $1,700,000, $1,800,000, at $1,800,000, $1,900,000, at $1,900,000, at $1,900,000, 2 million. 2 million is bid. At $2 million. Margot has the bid. 2,200,000. 2-4 is next. 2,300,000. At 2,300,000. 4. At 2,300,000. $2,300,000. Malco has the bid against you, Sophia, at $2,300,000. $2,400,000. At 2.4. Sophia has the bid, $2,400,000. $2,500,000. At 2.5. 2.6. At $2,500,000. Bid's now here at $2,500,000. On my left, Sophia, 2.6 if you wish. Otherwise, I'll sell this, $2,600,000. 2.6. $2,800,000 is bid. At $2,800,000. Margot's bid at $2,800,000. At $2,800,000. $3 million is bid. At 3. 2. At $3 million. At 3. $3,200,000. Should we try 3.5? $3,200,000. Sophia, what are we doing? $3,200,000 is here. $3,300,000. 3.4 at $3,300,000. $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. $3,500,000. Margot's bid at $3,500,000. Sophia, come back to us. $3,500,000 is here. $3,600,000. 3.7. At $3,600,000. $3,600,000. $3,700,000. Should we try 3.8? At $3,700,000. Bid is here at 3.7. At 3.7. 3.8 if you wish. It's at $3,700,000. $3,800,000. $3,800,000. 3.9 is next. At $4 million, even better. At $4 million. Malco's bid at $4 million. Sophia, should we try 4.2? We're out. Thank you. $4 million is here. Margot's bid at $4 million. Last chance to you in the room and selling for $4 million. Here and selling for $4 million. 4-1 in time. Jesse Fertig. Nail-biting moment. $4,000,001. You're out? Oh my gosh, really? You're through. Marco, you've come this far. $4,100,000. Jesse has it at $4,000,001. Checking with both of you, you've come this far. $4,100,000 is here with Jesse Fertig. $4,000,002. Shakes her head, comes back. $4,000,002. Should we try 4.3? And you're shaking your head. $4,000,002 is on this telephone. Thank you, Jesse. Sophia, thank you. $4,200,000. Margot's bid at $4,000,002. Last chance, gavels up at $4,000,002. Sold, $4,200,000. 1906. Lot number 26 is this lovely Fontaine Latour depicting flowers the artist personally chose from his garden. Interest here on the book, I can start at $220,000 already here with me. At $220,000, $240,000, $260,000. Here on my book at $260,000. At $260,000, $280,000, $300,000. Still on my book at $300,000. The bid's here with me at $300,000. At $300,000. Sarah, you coming in? I can sell it. The bid is here. $320,000. Takes my absentee bidder out. $320,000. Bid is here with Sarah Altamer at $320,000. Last chance at $320,000. Sold. 320,000, 1916. Lot number 27. This is the free and effervescent work of two dancers, lot number 27. And let's start this, shall we, please, at $800,000, at $800,000, $850,000, $900,000, at $900,000. Against you all here at $900,000, at $900,000. Anywhere else? $950,000, thank you, Connor, at $950,000. $1 million, $1,100,000, at $1,000,001. Connor Jordan has the bid at $1,100,000, $1,200,000, $1,300,000, at $1,003,000, $1,400,000, $1,500,000, at $1,500,000, at $1,500,000. Thank you for your bids, Vanessa. $1,500,000. Connor has the bid. Sarah, last chance, at $1,500,000. Coming in at 1.5. Thank you, at 1,500,000. Connor, your bid at 1,500,000. Sold, thank you, 1945 at 1,500,000. Lot number 28 is the Coquelier made for La Ville de Julie. Lot number 28, $240,000 to start for this at $240,000, $260,000, $280,000. At $280,000. Anywhere else here? Will, thank you. 300 I saw here first. At 300,000, 320,000. Competing bid, 350,000. At 350,000, 380,000, 400,000. At 400, 420,000. 430,000. At 430,000. 440,000. Thank you, Will. At $440,000. Simon, you coming in? 440,000 is the bid. It is here at 440,000 then. Last chance to you, Will. Thank you, Amjad. Your bid, anywhere else in the room, at $440,000. Paddle 1974, thank you. 440. Lot number 29 is next. This is the Clumber Park Dubois consoles, lot number 29. Let's start this at 320, please. At 320,000, 350,000, 380,000. At 380,000, still against you on this side. At 380,000, 400,000. I saw with Will first. At 400,000. Bids now here at 400. Will has the bid at 400,000. Anywhere else in the room at $400,000. 420,000, 450,000. At 450, 480,000, 500,000. At 500. Thank you, Amjad. 500 is the bid. Will Strafford has this at 500. Anywhere else here? 500 is the bid. At 550,000. He changes his mind. 600,000. 650,000. John? At 650. 620 I'm happy to take at 620. 650 if you wish. John? Would you like 650? At 620. At 620,000. 650,000. You are finished. Thank you for your bids, Will. 650 is still here. Amjad, 680 if you wish. 650 is the bid. Anywhere else in the room? 650,000 is here at 650. Last chance to you, and selling to John Stainton's bidder for $650,000. Final call at 650. Thank you. 1971 is your paddle for 650. Lot number 30. This is the silver gilt Bouillotte lamp commissioned for Napoleon's mother. $95,000 to start for this. At $95,000, $100,000, $110,000. At $110,000 against you, $120,000, $130,000. At $140,000 is here. Simon's bid at $140,000. At $140,000. Your bid at $140,000. Stain, $150,000 Maria, $160,000. At $160,000, $170,000, $180,000, $190,000. At $190,000. Two if you wish, $200,000 is bid. At $200,000, $220,000. At $220,000. Maria has the bid. At $220,000. $240,000. $240,000. $260,000. At $260,000. Thank you for your bids. $260,000 it is. Simon, thank you. $260,000. Maria, your bid. At $260,000. Last call. At $260,000. Thank you, Maria. $260,000. 1953. Lot number 31 is the pair of silver gilt-mounted Sèvres porcelain ice pails. Starting this at $42,000, please. At $42,000, $45,000, $48,000. At $48,000. $50,000 I've seen here first. At $50,000. At $50,000. $55,000, Carly. $60,000. At $60,000. $65,000. $70,000 is bid. At $70,000. $75,000. Carly's bid, not yours, Peter. $75,000. $80,000. At $80,000. $85,000. At $85,000. Peter, would you like $90,000? It's at $85,000. $90,000. At $90,000. $95,000. $100,000. $100,000. $110,000. Carly's taken the bid at $110,000. Peter, $120,000. Yes. $130,000. $140,000. At $140,000. $150,000. $160,000. At $160,000. Peter has the bid. Carly, would you like $170,000? At $160,000. Peter, your bid, $160,000. Anywhere else here? At $160,000. Fair warning. At $160,000. James, $160,000. Now might be a good idea. At $160,000. Gavels up, all of you here, $160,000. We have a whole other auctioneer. $165,000. Peter, $170,000. $170,000. $170,000. $180,000 if you wish. $170,000 is with Peter. Last chance to you and selling for $170,000. James, $170,000. Thank you for your bids at $170,000. Paddle, 1977. Lot number 32 is next. This is the Daisy Fellows Lustre à Poisson, the 18-light chandelier, emblematic centerpiece of the dining room and showing so beautifully downstairs. Lot number 32. Let's start this, shall we please, at $110,000, at $110,000, $120,000, $130,000, at $130,000, $140,000 on the telephone, at $150,000, $160,000, $170,000, $180,000, $190,000, $200,000, $220,000. In the room at $220,000, $240,000, $260,000, $280,000. Thank you for your bids. At $280,000. At $280,000. $300,000 with Fleur. At $300,000. $320,000. At $320,000. Laura's bid at $320,000. $350,000 if you wish. At $320,000. $350,000. Welcome, madam. $350,000 is here. At $380,000. Should we try four? $400,000. At four. $420,000. Should we try $450,000, madam? At $420,000. At $420,000. $450,000 with Fleur. Thank you for your bids. At $450,000. Fleur, your bid at $450,000. It's at $450,000 now. Would you like $480,000? It's at $450,000 with Fleur. $480,000 is bid. At $480,000. 5 is next. At $480,000. $500,000. You don't seem so convinced, madam. At $500,000. Should we try $550,000? $500,000. With Fleur at $500,000. On the telephone with Fleur at $500,000. $500,000 is here against you both. Last chance, madam. $550,000. At $550,000. Laura has the bid at $550,000. Thank you both. At $550,000. The telephones are out, madam. $550,000. Should we try 6? Do you want to try $580,000? $550,000. Laura's telephone, $550,000. Last chance then, $580,000, Fleur. At $580,000. $580,000. Looks like you've done it. $580,000. Fleur's telephone, thank you for your bids, at $580,000. Last chance here at $580,000. Thank you. Paddle 1948, $580,000. Lot number 33 is the Charles II silk table carpet, incredibly rare piece. Dated from 1661, $45,000 to start for this, please, at $45,000, $48,000, $50,000, at $50,000, at $50,000, $55,000, thank you, Jonquil, at $55,000. I've seen here first, Jonquil's bid at $55,000. The bid is here at $55,000. Any more? $55,000 is the bid, selling here for $55,000. Last chance at $55,000. Sold, Jonquil, thank you, 1975 for $55,000. Lot number 34 is the German white and polychrome Japan Secretaire cabinet, a tribute to the workshop of Gerhard Dagli. $150,000 to start for this, at $150,000. At $150,000. $160,000, $170,000, $180,000. At $180,000, $190,000. $200,000. At $200,000. Bids in the room at $200,000. At $200,000. You coming in? At 200,000. At 220,000. 240,000. At 240. Gentleman's bid here at 240. 260,000. 280,000. At 280. 300. 320. 320,000. 350,000. 380,000. 400. And 420. At 420. 450. 450,000. Should we try 480, sir? 480,000. 500 is bid. At 500. Thank you for your bids. 500 is on the telephone with Maria Loss at 500. No regrets. 500 it is at $500,000. Maria's bid, 500,000 against you on this side at $500,000. Last chance at 500. 550,000. Thank you, sir. Welcome. At 550. 550,000. 6 is next. 580,000. Would you like 6, sir? It's at 580 against you. Appreciate the bids. 580 it is on the telephone with Maria at 580,000. The bid is here at 580. Against you both in the room? 6, sir? 580 it is with Maria and selling for $580,000. Fair warning to you both at 580. Thank you, Maria. 580 is your bid. Paddle 1953. Lot number 35 is next. This is a pair of terracotta reliefs for the salle de bain of the Hotel de Bessenval by Clodion. These lovely reliefs showing downstairs. 150,000 to start for this at 150,000. 160,000. 170,000. At 170,000. At $170,000. Anywhere else? At 170,000. At 170. 180,000. 190,000. 200,000 is bid. Will Russell has the bid at 200,000. Will, are you coming in? The bid is on this side with this Will at $200,000. Last chance to on this side, $200,000 is the bid and selling for 200,000. Sold for 200,000, paddle 1961.
And ladies and gentlemen, we continue with lot number 36, the first of our Canalettos, the first of the 3 Canalettos, in fact. And here we'll start at $650,000. At $650,000. Here we are, 650. At $650,000. $650,000 coming in for $650,000. At $650,000. Here we are, 650 for $650,000. 650, holding here. At 650,000. 700,000. Here we are. Bid in the room somewhere at $700,000 now. At $700,000, Sian's bid for $700,000. Any more than at 700? At $700,000. Bids on my right for $700,000. At $700,000, Sian, your bid, only you, for $700,000. There it is, to my right. At $700,000. for $700,000. Any more in the room? 700? At $700,000, we'll sell it for $700,000 then. All done. Last chance in the room, online, telephones. $700,000 is on my right. I'm selling it with Sian's buyer for $700,000. $700,000. Sold with you, Sian, 1917 for $700,000. Thank you. Lot number 37 is also a Canaletto here, lot number 37. And here we'll start at $800,000 with an order bid for $800,000. Commission bidder on the book here at $800,000 for $800,000. Here we are, $800,000. Coming in, Sian, for $850,000. I have $900,000 at $900,000. Always on my book here for $900,000. $950,000, $1 million here at $1 million with an order bid for $1 million. $1,100,000. Now back to Sian at $1.1 million. John coming in at $1,100,000. Bid is here with Sian ahead of the order bid for 1.1 at $1,100,000. Take your time, John. I have nowhere to go. 1,000,001 at $1 million for 1 million. 1 Sian, your bid. 1,000,002 now with John Stainton at $1,200,000. 1,300,000. 1.3. Come back to me, John. At 1,000,003, holding with Sian's telephone. No action on this side. 1.3 is right. At 1,300,000. 1,400,000, thank you. All the bids are on the right here. 1,004,000 at $1.4 million. To my right, 1,005,000, Sian, thank you. She's back at 1.5 million. $1,005,000, Sian with you at $1.5 million. 1,600,000. 1,700,000. Thank you, Sian. Even better. $2 million. John's bid. Right next to you, Sian. 2 million. 2,200,000. For $2,200,000. Holding with Sian. At 2,000,002. Take your time, John. 2.2, Sian's telephone. 2,300,000. Now back with you. 2.4. 2,005,000. Back with John's telephone. 2.5, 2.6 straight away. Sian's bid. For $2,600,000. Try 2.7, John. Yes. 2,700,000. 2.7. 2,008,000, Sian. Thank you. 2,800,000. $3 million. John Stainton's bid, $3 million. 3,000,001. At 3.1 million. Sure? 3.1 is you, Sian. Your bid, 3.1 million. We're out. Thank you very much for all those bids, John. Holding with Sian. Are we all done in the room? Telephones this side, online. Bids at $3,100,000 with Sian and selling. 3.1. Sold with you, 1917 for $3.1 million. Thank you, Sian and John. Lot number, thank you, Tash. Lot number 38. Lot number 38. This is the last of the Canalettos in this sale. And here we'll start with interest at $500,000 straight away. Thank you, Nick. Here we are, $500,000. At $500,000 on the desk to my left. for $500,000. At $500,000, $550,000. Back with Sian. Nick is out. Thank you for that bid. $550 then. Here we are. At $550,000. Coming in, Will. At $550,000. No more in the room. For $550, it's a selling bid to my right. At $550, $600, Maria. Thank you. Now Maria lost his bid for $600,000. $650,000. Try 700, Maria. 700,000. And 50, Sian. 700 is Maria's bid. Is that a no? No. All right. 700,000 then, Maria. You have it at $700,000 then. Selling with Maria. All done this side. At $700,000. Last chance in the room. Online for $700,000. There's the bid. We're selling $700,000. Sold, Maria. Thank you. 1951 for $700,000. Lot number 39 now. This is the Royal Early George III mahogany china cabinet, which was delivered to the Queen in 1761. Lot number 39. We'll start at $280,000. At $280,000. $280,000. At $280,000. $300,000 online. At $300,000. Now with an online bidder. $300,000. Holding live. At $300,000. $320,000, Jennifer. At $320,000 online, come back. For $320,000, the bid's on the telephone. $350,000, back with you. At $350,000, $380,000. Gentlemen to my right, all the way right. At $380,000, $400,000. For $400,000, ahead of you online, bids there. At $420,000, back with you, sir. For $420,000, $450,000. $450,000 to my right. At $480,000, back with you, sir. Seated bid in the room, $480,000. At $480,000, $500,000. Back with Jennifer on the telephone, $500,000. $550,000 is yours, sir. In the room at $550,000. For $550,000. Not your bid, Jennifer, not your bid online. Bids in the room at $550,000. Keep going. $600,000, Jennifer, now at $600,000. This side, 600. 620, sir, your bid. Yes, $620,000. Thank you. Gentlemen seated for $620,000. $650,000 at $650. Shall we try $680, sir? At $650,000, back up top. $680,000 at $680,000. Jennifer, give me 700. Yes, thank you very much. At $700,000, sir. Ahead of you now, I'll take 20 at $700,000. Back with Jennifer's buyer. For $720,000, thank you. At $720,000. Always with the gentleman in the room for $720. $750. Jennifer on the telephone at $750,000. $780, sir. $780,000 now. Back in the room, $780,000. $800,000. Jennifer right. $800,000 on my right. No more, sir? 20. At $800,000 then. Thank you very much for the bids. Holding on this telephone at $800,000. We done this side at $800,000. No more in the room. For $800,000, $850,000. $850,000 now, Orlando. $850,000. $900,000. $950,000. Now on the telephones, $950,000. $1 million. Thank you for the cabinet. At $1 million. $1,100,000. At $1,100,000. $1,200,000. $1,300,000. At $1.3 million. $1,400,000. $1,500,000. $1,600,000. at $1.6 million. $1,700,000. Straight away 1.7 with Orlando. 1.8. Thank you, Jennifer. 1.8 is your bid. 1,000,009. Back with Orlando. All the actions on the telephones here at $1,900,000. $2 million. To my right with Jennifer Wright. $2 million. $2,200,000. At $2,200,000. Now Orlando's bid. $2,200,000. $2.2 million. We're out. Thank you very much for your bids, Jennifer. Thank you, sir, in the room. Selling now with Orlando to my right at $2.2 million. All done in the room. Telephones, online. I'm selling it. $2,200,000 to Orlando Rock. Thank you, Orlando. Sold to you, pedal 1960. Lot number 40 now. Lot number 40, this is the beautiful Degas Attente d'un Client, which is what we do at Christie's all the time. Lot number 40, and we'll start at $280,000. At $280,000, thank you, 280. At $280,000 for $280,000. Looking for 300 at $280,000. Here we are, $280,000. 280 coming in, Connor. 300,000, Jesse, thank you. At $300,000 now, Jessica's bid for $300,000. At $300,000. On my right, 300 for $300,000. Jessica, your bid, $300,000. Any more in the room for 300? At $300,000, bid is here to my right on this telephone for $300,000. At $300,000. Online, are you coming in for $300,000? 320? 320,000? $350,000? At $350,000 now. Ahead of you, Margot. Ahead of you online. I'll sell it with Jesse's bidder for $350,000. All through then for $350,000. Selling right. Last chance in the room. $350,000. Sold with you, Jesse. $350,000 to paddle number 1990. 1990 is your buyer. Thank you. Lot number 41. Lot 41. This is the beautiful Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. La Lie, lot number 41, and here we'll start straight away at $800,000. At $800,000 for $800,000. On the book here for $800,000 with an order bid. Commission buyer for $800,000. Any more at $800,000? Coming in, Margot. The bid is here with me at $800,000. At $800,000. $850,000. I have $900,000. Still with me for $900,000. At $900,000. $950,000, $1 million on the book still, at $1 million with an order bid. At $1 million. Ahead of the two telephones, I can sell at $1 million for $1 million. Here it is. Online, are you coming in? At $1 million. Bid is on the book and selling for $1 million. $1,100,000 now at $1.1 million for $1,100,000. Now holding with Margot. 1,200,000. Yes, Jessica's bid for 1.2 million at $1,200,000. Keep going, Margot. At 1.2. 1.4. 1,400,000. 1,400,000. 1,400,000. Jesse, what would you like? 2 million? $1,500,000 at 1.5 million. Margot, 1,600,000. Back with Margot's buyer, 1.6. 1,600,000. this side of the room. 1,700,000. 1,700,000, Margot, encore. 1,800,000. 1.8. 1,800,000. 1.9. How do you say that in French? 1,900,000. I'll take it from you. All right, 1.9. Try 2, Margot. 2 million. Here it is, $2 million. For the Toulouse-Lautrec, $2 million here. 2 million, one, thank you. 2.1 million. 2.3. 2,300,000. 2,300,000. 2.3, Jesse. Would you like 2.4? 2,400,000, thank you. At 2.4 million. 2,600,000. 2,600,000. 2.6 now. For $2,600,000, holding on the telephone left. 2.6 million. 2.7? 2,700,000. $3 million. Here we are. Margot's bid at $3 million. For $3 million. Take your time, Jesse. 3 million holding here. No more? 3 million is here then. Not your bid, Jesse. Selling with Margot's buyer. We're all out this side. At $3 million then. Selling left. Margot for you. Your bid. $3 million. Sure, Jesse. 3 million. And selling. Sold with you, Margot. Paddle 1906. $3 million. Thank you. And thank you, Jesse, for all of your bids. Lot number 42 is next. This is the beautiful Edgar Degas Le Bain. Lot number 42. And we have $380,000 to start the lot at $380,000 for $380,000. $400,000 now at $400,000 for $400,000. Here we are for $400,000. Coming in for $400,000 at $400,000, $450,000, $500,000 at $500,000 with an order bid here for $500,000 at $500,000. It's an order bid for $500,000. Any more than for $500,000 at $500,000. Take your time, Jesse. 500 is on the book with an absentee buyer. 550,000 now with you at $550,000 ahead of the order bid. 550 is on my right. Jessica's bid for 550,000. Online, come in now. At 550, I'll sell to the telephone for $550,000. All done at 550. No more in the room for $550,000. Is that a bid here? 550. No more? All right then. Jessica, it's your bid. I'm selling with Jesse for $550,000. 550. Sold with you 550,000. 1990 is your paddle. Thank you. Lot number 43 is next now. Lot number 43. And here we have a Pablo Picasso Corrida. Lot number 43. And this time $850,000 at $850,000 to start the lot. 850 at $850,000. It's coming in, Emo. 900,000 is your bid now. At 900,000, 950,000. Thank you, sir, in the room. At $950,000. Seated bid here. At 950. $1 million. 1,100,000. 1,200,000. Thank you, sir. At 1.2. Keep going, madam. 1,200,000 is here. At $1,200,000. Closer to me. 1,300,000, 1,400,000 at 1.4 with the gentleman on the same aisle. $1,400,000. 1,450,000. Now back to you. 1,500,000. 50, madam. 1,550,000. 1,600,000. 1,650,000. 1,750,000 and 50. 1,800,000 and 50. Sure. 1,850,000. Holding with you, madam. At $1,850,000. Emo, are you coming in? For $1,850,000. Ladies bid to the right, on the aisle here. 1,900,000. Now with John. 50, madam. 1,950,000. At $1,950,000. $2 million. John Stainton's bid here. $2 million on the telephone. 2-1. 2,050,000? Yes, we'll take it. 2,050,000. John tried 2-1. At $2,050,000, it's your bid, madam. Thank you, sir, for your bids. At $2,050,000, it's in the back. No more for Emo. John is done. Coming back, sir. $2,050,000 then. All done this side of the room. Online. We're selling it with you, madam. $2,050,000. Thank you very much. Paddle 860. Lot number 44. Lot number 44. This is the Gustave Moreau, an extraordinarily large work by the artist, lot number 44. And we have $300,000 to start. At $300,000, $320,000, $350,000. My commission bid at $350,000. At $350,000. The bid is here on my book. $350,000. Any more in the room? $350,000. $380,000. I have $400,000 at $400,000 and selling for $400,000. Selling with an order bid. Josh coming in at $400,000. For $400,000, holding here $420,000 at $420,000 now with Josh. On the phone bank, $420,000 is the bid. For $420,000 at $420,000. No more in the room. $420,000 then. We'll sell it with Josh to my right at $420,000. Online, no more. For $420,000 then, selling right. $420,000, $420,000. Josh, that's yours. 1984, $420,000. Lot number 45. Lot number 45. This is the St. Giles House chandelier, which was last sold at Christie's in 1980. Lot number 45. Where shall we start here? $120,000 at $120,000. 120 at $120,000. $130,000 is online, thank you. At $130,000, $140,000 at $140,000. $150,000, Sarah. At $150,000, Sarah's bid. $160,000, Orlando. At $160,000, $170,000 is online. $180,000, Sarah. At $180,000 now. This side of the room. $190,000 back online. At $190,000, $200,000, Orlando has it. $220,000, Sarah, for you. At $220,000, your telephone bid. $240,000. At $240,000. There we are. $240,000 to my right. Online, come back. At $240,000. Orlando has it on the telephone. $260,000, thank you. There's the click. At $260,000. For $260,000, $280,000 now. Orlando, back with you. At $280,000. For $280,000. Orlando, you have it. It's ahead of you, Sarah. Not yours online. Bid is to my right. At $280,000. All done in the room? For $280,000, $300,000 not done in the room. Thank you, sir. There's a bid. At $300,000. On the aisle in the center, $300,000 is for you, sir. At $320,000, $350,000. Back to you, sir, $350,000. At $350,000. Keep going, Orlando. At $350,000. No more this side. Is holding with you, sir. $350,000 is your bid. At $350,000. Sarah, you're out. For $350,000 then. Your bids are on the aisle. Your bid. Online, you're all out. I'm selling in the room for 350,000. Last chance this side, 350. Sold with you, sir. Thank you very much to paddle number 870. Thank you very much. 870, $350,000. Lot number 46 now. Lot number 46. This is the pair of early George III mahogany armchairs attributed to William Weil, circa 1760, lot number 46, showing right here behind me. And we'll start here at, again, $120,000, at $120,000, $130,000, $140,000, at $140,000, $150,000. Welcome New York Online, $150, at $150,000. There's the bid, $150 for $150,000. Any more than for $150? At $150,000, $160,000, $170,000. In the room for you, sir. 170 is your bid. At $170,000. New York, come back to me. At 170, the bid is in the room. At $170,000. $170,000. Ahead of the online bid, ahead of the telephones. 170, holding with you, sir. At $170,000. For 170, 180,000. 190, sir. 190,000. Back with you in the room, sir. 200,000. Take 220, sir. 220,000. Always ahead of you online in New York. The bid is here at Christie's for $220,000. Selling in the room now for $220,000. All done at $220,000 then. Your bid, sir, in the room and selling 220. Sold with you, sir, paddle 870, $220,000. Lot number 47. Lot 47, Gentile da Fabriano. Here we are, lot number 47. And we can start this time at $130,000, at $130,000, $140,000, thank you, Andrew, at $140,000, $150,000 this side, $160,000, at $160,000. 160 with Andrew, $170,000, $180,000. Jean-Étienne, 180 ahead of you, $190,000. No more? 190 then, thank you for the bids, Andrew. Now holding with Jean-Étienne on the telephone, $190,000. At $190,000. No more in the room, 190. Bid is on my right now for $190,000. Online, you're all out. Selling to the telephone, $190,000, 190. Jean-Étienne sold to you 1983. Thank you. Lot number 48. Lot number 48, the Madonna of the Cherries. Lot number 48. Where shall we start here? $550,000. At $600,000, thank you, Andrew. At $600,000, Andrew's bid here on the phone bank. At $600,000, $650,000, $700,000, $750,000, $800,000. Always here to my left for $800,000. At $800,000, it's not yours online. Bid is on the phone bank. At $800,000. Coming in, Francois. 800 is holding with Andrew. 850,000. No more, Andrew. 850 then. Thank you for those bids. Now with François on the telephone, 850 it is for $850,000. Selling right on the telephone. François, you have it for 850. Sold with you 850,000. 1990. I didn't see the last digit, François. 1998. 1998. Thank you for $850,000. Thank you all. Lot number 49. This is a set of 10 George II mahogany and parcel gilt dining chairs, lot number 49. And we'll start here at $200,000. At $200,000 for $200,000. At $200,000 for $200,000. $200,000. Here we are. Online, are you coming in for 200? At $200,000. 220,000 we have. At $220,000 for 220, 240,000, 260,000 at $260,000. Still in the room for 260 with you, sir. 280,000 at $280,000 now. 300, sir. There's 10 of them. 300,000, thank you. At $300,000. 320,000. One more, sir. $350,000. 380,000. Charlie has it on the telephone. One last try, sir. Sure? Would you like 390? 380 is here. I'll sell it for $380,000, sir. For $380,000, waiting for you, if you'd like, holding with Charlie Cater here, $380,000. Selling left with you, Charlie. Your bid for $380,000. No more, sir? 400,000. 420,000. This time we're really out. I thank you for the bid, sir. 420 then. I'll sell it with Charlie at $420,000. No, sir? Selling it then. Thank you very much. 420,000. Sold with you, Charlie Petal, 1931 for $420,000. Lot number 50. Lot number 50 are the Denton Hall tour shares. Lot number 50. And we start here for $100,000, $100,000 at $100,000. 110 at $110,000 for $110,000. Here we are, 110. Going on for 110,000 at 110,000. 120,000 now with Will at $120,000 for 120,000. 130,000. $130,000. 140,000. 150,000. 160 back with Will at $160,000. John, you coming in at 160, 170,000. $180,000, always with Will ahead of you all in the room for $180,000. 190,000 at $190,000. Try 200, Will. $200,000, thank you. Your telephone bid 200 is here on my left for $200,000. All through for 200,000 at $200,000 then. Selling with Will then. You're all out in the room, online. New bidder in the room. There we are, right in front of me. Thank you, sir. 220 for you at $220,000. 240,000. 260, sir. What would you like? 260? Yes? 260,000? $280,000? At 280. Back to Will for $280,000. Thank you, sir, for the bids. 280 then. Selling left this side. Not your bid. 300,000. Now a new place in the room. At $300,000. New bidder in the back. 320,000. Try 350, sir. 350,000. Back on the aisle here, 350. We'll try 380. $380,000. 400, sir. 400,000, your bid. Gentleman seated on the aisle in the center here for $400,000. At $400,000, here it is, 420,000. At 420,000. 450 is with you, sir. $450,000. Will 480. 480,000. $500,000. Seated bid in the room, 500. 520 with Will. $550 for you, sir. 550,000. Thank you, Will. 580,000 is back on the telephone, sir. Take 600 from you. $600,000. Always with you, sir, seated in the room. 620. $650,000. 680,000. $700,000 with you, sir. At $700,000. 720,000. $750,000. 780 for Will. At $780,000. Not for long, 800,000. $820,000. Finished? 820 then, here it is. Wait for you, sir, if you need another moment. No? Thank you very much then for all those bids. 820 then, here it is. With Will at $820,000 for 820,000. 820. Sold with you, Will Paddle, 1915. Now lot number 51. This is the rare pair of Chinese Imperial Cloisonné and Chanlevé enamel. The Jardinier, lot number 51 from the Qing dynasty. For $65,000 at $65,000. $65,000. Here we are, $65,000 to start the lot. $65,000. Coming in, Fleur, for $65,000 at 65. Online, now's your chance at $65,000. 70,000 with Will, 75,000 Fleur at $75,000. For $75,000. Try 80 at 75. $80,000 back with Will at $80,000. 85,000 Fleur. 90,000 at $90,000. 95,000 back to Fleur for 95,000. $100,000. Will's bid for $100,000. 110. 110,000 with you, Fleur, for 110,000. 120,000. 130,000. 130,000. Back to Fleur at 130,000. 140. Contre vous, Fleur, pour 140,000. 150,000. 150,000. 160,000. 170, thank you. Back with Fleur, 170,000. 180,000 now. Sophia's bid right next to Fleur for 180, 190,000. Ahead of you, Will, it's Fleur's bid now, 190. Sophia, come back to me. 200,000 is your bid at $200,000. 220, 220 000. Pour vous, fleurs, pour 220 000. Sophia, try 240. At $220,000, holding this side with Fleur. You're all out here in the room, online. It is on my left. 240,000. 240 will, yes. $240,000. 260,000. Back with Fleur for 260. 280,000. $300,000. $320,000. 350. 40. It's okay. 340,000. 340 000. Will 360. 350,000. All bids are good bids. $350,000. 360,000. 370,000. Now back with you, Will, for $370,000. $380,000. $390,000. 400,000. $410,000. $410 with Will, ahead of you, Fleur, ahead of you, Sophia. It is left at $410,000. All out in the room. 410. Holding left. Not for you, Fleur. Last chance. No more this side. Bidding, Simo. At $410,000 then. Selling left, $410,000. Will sold with you. Thank you to pedal number 1963. Lot number 52 is the next. Lot number 52. And here we... Lot 52. We have $55,000 from the sales desk here. Next bid at $55,000 for the map of Guangdong province. Here we are, $55,000 at $55,000. Online, would you like to try 60? $55,000 is bid left for $55,000. Bidding, Maria, at $55,000. No, waiting for another lot. 55 then. The bid is here. We'll sell it at $55,000. Last chance in the room. Selling with Nick on the sales desk for $55,000. Thank you, Nick. $55,000 for you. 1008. Lot number 53. Lot number 53. This is by Claude Monet. Beautiful picture. Bateau dans la porte de Hornfleur. Lot number 53. Painted in 1866. We start here at $650,000. $650,000. 650,000. 650. At $650,000. 650,000 coming in for $650,000. 700,000 now with Simon at $700,000 on this telephone. Holding right, 700,000. 750,000, madam, back to you at $750,000. 800,000. 850,000. 900,000. And 50, madam, thank you. Seated on the aisle here for $950,000. At 950, 1 million now with Connor. 1,050,000. At $1,050,000 is bid in the room. 1,001,000. 1,150,000. At 1,150,000. 1,200,000. And 50. 1,250,000. Vous voulez 1,300,000? Yes. 1,300,000. 1,350,000. Simon voulait 1,400,000. Si. 1,400,000. 1,450,000. 1,500,000. And 50. 1,006,000 and 50. 1,700,000. $1,750,000. Ladies bid on the aisle, seated in the room. 1,750,000. 1,800,000. $1,850,000 right away. 1,850 is the bid. 1,900,000. 1,950,000. Encore Simon. $2 million. 250. 2,050,000. 2,050,000 Simon. Vous voulez 2,100,000. 2,100,000. 2,150,000. 2,150,000. 2,200,000. Corners back in the game. 2,200,000. 2,250,000. 2,250,000 for you, madam. 2,300,000. 2,350,000. 2 million for Simon. 2,450 for you, madam. 2,450,000 Simon. 2,500,000. 2,500,000. 2,600,000, thank you, madam. 2.6 million now. 2,700,000. 50. 2.7 then, holding with Simon. Think about it, madam. I come back to you. 2.7 is here. Connor, are you coming back to me? 2,700,000, holding with Simon this time. Any more this side? At $2,700,000, the bid is with Simon for 2.7. No one in the room? 2.7 then. Your bid, Simon. No more, madam? Sure. Thank you for the bids. 2.7 is your bid, Simon. Corner. We're out. Thank you very much. Now this time with Simon, and only Simon. Simon and Simon. Here we are. $2.7 million. Sold with you, Simon. 2.7 million. And your 827. 827. Lot number 54. Lot number 54. Here we have the Rue de la Citadelle by Camille Pizarro. Lot number 54 for only $280,000 at $280,000. $280 for $280,000. $300,000. Now, Jesse, your bid for $300,000 at $300,000 on the telephone. Coming in, Abby, at $320,000 with Sian at $320,000. Here to my right for $320,000, $350,000. Back with Jesse at $350,000 for $350,000. $380,000 with Abby now at $380,000. $400,000, Jesse, your bid. $500,000. Here we are. Sarah's bid for $500,000 at $500,000. $550,000 for $550,000. $600,000. Sarah's bid at $600,000. $650,000. Jesse had it right before you. $650,000. $700,000 now with Abby, just ahead of you, Sarah. Try $750,000. $700,000 holding with Abby at the end of the phone back there. $800,000 at $800,000. $850,000. Sarah, $900,000. $900,000. $950,000, back with you. Abby's bid for $950,000. $1 million at $1 million for Sarah. $1,100,000. Jesse, Sian, come back. 1.1 is here. At $1,100,000. Abby, your telephone. 1.1. John coming in at $1,100,000. $1,150,000. Now with John Stainton at $1,150,000. New telephone. 1.2 million at $1,200,000. Back with Abby. Ahead of you, Sarah. Come back to me, John. 1,250 if you like. 1,250,000. John's telephone. 1,300,000. At 1.3 million. Abby, that's your bid. 1,300,000. Thank you, John, for those bids. At 1.3, still holding with Abby. For 1,300,000. Sure? At $1,300,000 then. Now with Abby at the end. Ahead of you, John. Against you, Sarah. I'm selling it now. Last chance in the room for $1,300,000. All through. 1.3. Sold with you. Thank you, Pedal. 1996. 1.3 million. Lot number 65. Lot 65 is the Jules Bastien. Lot 55, the Jules Bastien Lepage, the portrait of Sarah Bernhardt holding a sculpture of Orpheus. We'd like you to note that the work has been requested for exhibition at Petit Palais Museum in Paris from April until September 2023. The frame is inscribed Edberg, Fessit, 1879 at the lower right. The buyer in the 1935 sale at Galerie Charpentier has been identified as Dubois. An updated list of the complete provenance can be found online. Lot 55 then, we start at 200,000. There we are, 200,000. Your bid, Bonnie, for $200,000. At $200,000, Bonnie's bid for $200,000. How much, Amjad? 220,000. At 220,000 then. 240,000, Bonnie, back to you. 260,000, 280,000, 300,000, Amjad. At 300,000. 320 for Bonnie. At 350,000, Amjad. $350,000. 380,000. 400,000, Amjad. Thank you. At $400,000. Keep going, Bonnie. $420,000 is your bid. At 420 then. Thank you, Amjad, for those bids. At $420,000. Now holding with Bonnie's buyer. At $420,000. 440,000. At $440,000. Try 460. 450. All right, Bonnie. 450,000 for you. For $450,000. 460,000. 480, Bonnie. 470. All right, 470,000. 480,000. $500,000. With Bonnie Brennan, president of Christie's Americas. $500,000. 550,000. No more. 550 then. At the back. $600,000 with Maria Los at $600,000. 650,000. Ahead of you, Maria. 700,000. 750,000. On the telephone left for 750,000. $800,000 Maria's bid. $850,000. Laura, you have it. 850 is yours. 900,000, Maria. Thank you. At $900,000, ahead of you, Laura. Try 950. 950,000. $1 million for Maria Los. 1 million. $1 million. Thank you, Laura. Back with you. 1.1 million. Maria, try 1-2. Yes, 1,200,000. Sure? 1-2 is there. Think about it. It's the last one in the sale. $1.2 million then. Here it is. Not your bid here. Amjad, are you coming back? 1,250,000 now to a new place with Sarah at 1,250,000. 1,300,000. Sarah, 1,350,000. Yes? 1,350,000. 1,400,000. 1,450,000. 1.5 with Maria. 1,500,000 and 50. $1,550,000. 1,600,000. 1,650,000. Sarah's bid. 1.7 Maria. Back on the telephone to my right, Sarah. Ahead of you, 1,700,000. Keep going. 1.7 is holding right. Not your bid here. 1,700,000 and 25. 1,725,000. Maria will take 1,750,000 from you. 1,750,000. 1,800,000. 1,850,000 for Maria at $1,850,000. Bidding in the front row. Check it. 1,850,000. Sure. $1,850,000 then. Telephone with Maria. Ahead of you, Sarah. Against all of you in the room, online. I'm selling it now at $1,850,000. Sold, Maria, thank you. 1935 is your paddle. Lot 56 now, the beautiful chandelier you just saw, the peacock from Anita Baldwin's residence in California circa 1914. Lot 56, where shall we start here? $180,000 at $180,000 for 180 at $180,000. Here we are, 180 at $180,000. Online coming in at $180,000, 190,000. 200,000, Daphne, ahead of you for 200,000 at $200,000. For $200,000. Keep going, Daphne, at $200,000. It's not your bid, Victoria, yet, at $200,000. 220,000, Maria now, 240,000 at $240,000. Daphne's bid, 240. 260,000. 260 Maria, 280,000. 280,000, 280. 300,000, thank you Maria, at $300,000. Daphne, keep going. 320,000. 350,000. 380,000. $400,000, Maria. 420, with Daphne now at 420,000. 450,000. Maria, you have it on the telephone. 450. 480 with Daphne at $480,000. 500,000. $525,000. 525,000. 550. Contre vous, Daphne, 550,000. 575. 575, yes. At 575,000. 600,000. 600,000 contre vous, Daphne. Vous voulez 625. 625,000. 650,000. 650 then. Maria's bid, thank you, Daphne, at $650,000. Selling right on the telephone. Last chance online, last chance in the room. Bid is here, right? At $650,000. All done. 650 and selling. Maria sold with you 1987, thank you. Lot number 57. Lot 57, again, Tiffany Studios, a pair of peacock sconces from Anita Baldwin's residence. Lot number 57. And here we can start at $55,000. At $55,000 for $55,000. At $55,000. Coming in, Daphne? $55,000 to start. At $55,000. 60,000 here. We have 60 with Daphne for $60,000. Maria bidding at $60,000. It's ahead of the two telephones here for $60,000. At $60,000. 65,000 at $65,000. Now Maria's bid. 70,000 Daphne for $70,000. 75,000. 80,000. 80,000. 80,000. 85,000. 90,000. $95,000. 100,000 we have from Daphne at $100,000. 110 at 110,000. No more 110. It's not your bid, Daphne. It's for you, Maria, for $110,000. All through in the room, 110 at $110,000. Holding with Maria's buyer. Last chance, Daphne. 110. Online is out for $110,000. Selling right, 110. All done. 110,000, 110,000. Sold with you, Maria, 1982. Same as the last, 110,000. Lot number 58. Another pair of peacock sconces by Tiffany Studios here, lot number 58. And $55,000 again to start the lot for $55,000. At $55,000, bidding Daphne for $55,000. 60,000, thank you. At $60,000. Ahead of you, Maria, 60,000. For 60,000, 65,000. At 65. 70,000. $70,000. 75,000. 80,000. At $80,000. Maria, try 85. 85,000. At $85,000. $90,000. For 90,000. 95,000. At $95,000. Voulez 100,000, Daphne? 100,000. At $100,000. 110. At 110. Back with Maria's buyer. Thank you, Daphne, for $110,000 then. Selling right. 110,000. 110. Maria with you then. Sold for paddle 1982. $110,000. Lot number 59. Lot number 59. Pair of peacock sconces again. Tiffany Studios. And we'll start again at 55,000. At $55,000. For $55,000. Daphne, try 60. At 60,000, thank you. At 60,000, 65,000. At $65,000. 70,000, $75,000. 80,000, at 85,000, 90,000, 95,000, for $95,000, 100,000, and 10. And we're done, 110. For $110,000 then, selling right with Maria for $110,000, 110. Paddle 1982 buys it again, thank you. Well done with all the set. And last and definitely not least, the rare Moorish table lamp here, lot number 60 by Tiffany Studios, lot number 60. And here we'll start at $120,000, at $120,000. For $120,000, at 120, 130,000. Welcome Illinois at 130 online. At $130,000. Bidding Daphne at $130,000 there. The bid is live for $130,000. At 130. Victoria coming in at $130,000. It's an online bid for 130. At $130,000. $130,000. 140,000 now, Daphne. At 140. Illinois, try one more. At $140,000. For $140,000. It is here with Daphne. Ahead of you online. Ahead of you here. Victoria, $140,000. At 140, Maria coming in. For $140,000 then. Last chance online. At $140,000. Ahead of the two telephones here, against you online, bids with Daphne for $140,000. All done. $140,000 and selling for $140,000. Last chance, Victoria. Next sale is tomorrow. At $140,000. Illinois, one more click if you like. At 140, this bid is left. For $140,000 then. You're all out. I'm selling for $140,000, 140. Sold with you, Daphne, $140,000. Paddle 1939. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for the first of our 4 sales of the Anne and Gordon Getty collection. More works from the collection will be presented tomorrow, beginning at 10 a.m. Please join us. Thank you once more. Good night.